SuperState Concert Band Festival, and we are joined by the current Interim Director of Bands, Dr. Linda Moorhouse. Thanks for coming.
You're very welcome.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to your program coming up here. We were just chatting about Wayne O'Quinn on the break, and this piece of music, Tower Ascending, that you're going to play for us tonight. Tell us about the sort of the year in review here at Illinois with the bands, and you guys had a performance, I think, at CBDNA, right?
Yes, I think that's the last time that I was privileged to be on your network.
Right.
It's been a wonderful year for us, a very busy year, but yes, the Wind Symphony. We performed the last concert slot at the National Conference of the College Band Directors National Association, and that next morning I hopped a plane to Singapore, was there for 2 weeks, came back, and we're finishing out school. We've got the event this weekend, and then we have commencement next weekend, and so it never stops.
It's really crazy.
It never stops.
That's great. That's great. And you were, I bet that was really a great experience for the students to get a chance to travel to, where was the CBDNA this year?
In Nashville.
It was in Nashville.
Yeah,
to play for that kind of an audience.
Absolutely. And the last time the Wind Symphony was there was 1991.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the application process is done by a blind audition. You submit a tape, and the conductor of the pieces, who will be the conductor if chosen, has to be the one to conduct those. And there's a panel that they go to, and the panel ranks everybody, and then from there the groups are chosen.
Invited, wonderful. Well, that's a great honor. I'm sure that was a great thing. So, what do we have to look forward to from Illinois bands this coming year? What are the things that are sort of looming in the future?
Yeah, in November we're taking the Marching Illini to New York City, and we will be part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is quite an honor.
Yes.
And so we are, at this time, we're still fundraising for the trip. But I think we'll be okay by the time we get there. I know the students are excited for that trip. And then we have some new faculty that are coming into the bands this fall. Steve Peterson and his wife Beth Peterson, who will be two fantastic additions to our program. So things keep changing, but I think that they just keep evolving bigger and better.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Really exciting. I look forward to seeing everybody this fall at the Marching Band Championships.
Yes, on Halloween.
On Halloween,
on
indeed.
Halloween night.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm going to come as a saxophone player, I think.
All right.
That'll be my costume.
I'm going to hold you to that.
So I look forward to that. That's wonderful. That's great news, and we're excited to hear this tonight. Was it challenging? I mean, school's been out like a week, right, or more, to try to bring students together to play this? Or?
Yes, school finished on Wednesday, but we did have a concert Tuesday night, and so I haven't seen everybody since that time.
So not too long.
Not too long.
Right.
Not too long.
But there's some difficult pieces on the program tonight.
Yes.
So. Well, we look forward to the program, and thanks so much again for having us and being such a great host. You and Barry always make us feel like we're alumni, like we belong here. So we really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure to have you guys here, and I mean, as you know, this is a very special place for bands.
It sure is.
This is where college band started. You know, Albert Austin Harding is considered the father of the American band movement, and so what better way to celebrate the American concert band than having 34 of the finest high school bands from the state of Illinois here these last 2 days.
Yeah, it's been really fantastic, and it's very refreshing to see some of the new repertoire, but really a wonderful display of the great band classics, and to see marches on programs is also really wonderful as well. So anyway, thanks for hosting us. It's great to be here, and we look forward to your program tonight with the Wind Symphony.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. Great to see you. Great to see you. All right, everybody, coming up next, we have from Orland Park, Illinois, under the direction of Stuart Bailey and Brian Hillhouse, Carl Sandburg High School. And they're going to perform for us Frank Kelly's Wild Nights, which shares the title from the Emily Dickinson poem, which is a lovely poem, and quite a wild one as well, albeit short. And then they're going to play the 1936 classic from Carl Orff, Carmina, Burana. which for me is, it's fun. I love that they found the text of this, it's like 12th and 13th century text in a monastery, but like more than 2/3 of the songs are about gambling and drinking and dancing, which is, even though the tuba was invented, he was sort of the precursor to being a tuba player, I think is what he was really writing about.
I think so, too.
I think, yeah, for sure. Anyway, so we're looking forward to great performances of Frank DeKelly's music and Carl Orff's music, Wild Nights and Carmina Burana. How are we looking down there on stage? Are they here yet? There's plenty of time, all right, to do this. I've been asking this of everybody, and you've been in the music education business for a long time, and I've asked all the teachers. Okay, so I show up and I'm the new kid, and yeah, I graduated with honors, and I'm can move my hands, but what are my keys to success in that first 5 years of being a new band director?
Well, that depends whether you're apprenticing or you're on your own.
Yeah.
But I think in both cases, you need to know the instruments.
Yeah.
And especially if you're on your own, you need to have an idea of how each instrument sounds professionally, and then you need to know how to go about to get that sound. And that would either be you going through the teaching process, or you bringing your friends in, or other professionals in to do that. But just coming back from Singapore and then my travels around the country doing what I do, the one thing that I find that the young teachers are not all skilled enough yet is learning how to develop really great band tone. And from our adjudication sheets or evaluation sheets, the first two things on the sheet are tone and intonation.
Yeah.
And young students can match pitch. We can go into a rehearsal room, we can ask them to sing la, and they will match that pitch. So why not do it on the instruments? And at the same time, why not demand the best sounds from the instruments?
Yeah,
and then outside of that, you have to be really organized, and you have to be dedicated, and you got to be ready for hard work. This is not an easy business.
Yeah.
And you got to love people. You gotta love people. That's
sure.
the other thing. So you gotta
sure.
get ready to get your feet wet too.
Those are great.
And you can't be afraid to fail. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it's going to happen when you're a beginning teacher.
It's going to happen, and that's how we learn.
Yeah, for sure.
So everybody does that. So if you need to ask for help, ask for help.
Yeah, these are great sage words. I think that's one of the things I think that surprises most middle school band directors, or some directors like I experienced a couple of weeks ago and this week in Northern Illinois, where they're teaching 5 through 12, sort of the beginning through all the way through. And if you're going to get a great middle school band with great middle school sounds at that beginning level, you have to sit there with them and be able to produce characteristic sounds on every single one of those instruments that you want to have characteristic sounds happening for in your band.
Yep.
And I think it's a backpedaled message in methods classes at most schools, where it's like, oh, we're teaching this so you have a rudimentary knowledge. It's like, no, we're giving you rudimentary knowledge so that you will go practice and become proficient at each one of these instruments, so you can demonstrate that live in person for those kids.
Yeah. And you got to have high standards, because the students will come to whatever benchmark you set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Students are very smart.
Yeah, they are. They're sponges.
Smart.
They're waiting.
Yes.
They're waiting for us to feed them. Well, thank you so much for those really wise words.
You're welcome.
Let's go down into the hall now. We're here live on the campus of the University of Illinois. We've been joined by Dr. Linda Moorhouse, and we're going to hear a program from your program, the Wind Symphony, coming up here at about 9:15 this evening. And we're going to hear Carl Sandburg High School now, and Frank DeKelly's Wild Nights, and Carl Orff's Carmina Burana is arranged by John Krantz. This is the 2015 44th annual Illinois SuperState Concert Band Festival. Thanks, Linda, so much. Let's go to the hall.